This program is brought to you by Emory University.
I would absolutely recommend the transactional law program to anybody who's considering a career in transactional law, because so many of the fundamental skills of being a deal lawyer are taught here. And a lot of other places, a lot of other schools, they don't have the same opportunity.
I would definitely recommend the transactional law program to other students. I think it teaches you a lot of practical skills that sometimes you miss in other classes because it's more self-study and this is more hands-on.
Not every law student wants to be a litigator or wants to do moot court type activities. Not every law student wants to become a lawyer who's in the courtroom. A lot of the work that's done today with lawyers is transactional work, behind the scenes, working outside of the courtroom. And this program really gives students the ability to learn all of the skills they need to do those things.
I found it to be a nice change of pace from the other courses. It's much more focused, it's much more practical, and I think it's much more of what you'll be doing whether you do law or you decide to go into other fields like business.
The transactional certificate program really taught me the practical skills that are necessary to be a deal lawyer, and also the deeper understanding behind the transaction itself.
A lot of times when I go into an interview, they'll say, you know, it's great that you've taken all these courses and you have this certificate, but that first year we're going to need to teach you how to actually write a contract. And then I have the privilege of being able to say, well, actually, I already know how to do that.
As a transfer student, I chose Emory because of the transactional certificate program. I've always been interested in transactions, and at my former school, that was not an option. When I looked at different schools, Emory was very appealing to me because of that program. I knew that I could get the skill sets needed when I step out in the real world to be of asset to whatever firm or organization that I work for.
This is, I would think, as close to the real world experience as you can get in a law school setting.
My favorite class was Secured Transactions, and that was with Professor Catherine Powell. She was great because our ultimate project was doing an entire deal, and that included everything from an environmental, phase 1 report to changing terms from your pretend client throughout, so you really had a sense of what it was like to have a deal from a client, changing that deal throughout, and then ultimately hoping to close the deal.
Employers react very positively to the program. I've spoken with alumni. I've also spoken with even people who were not alumni. All employers like it. The alumni are jealous it wasn't there when they graduated, and the employers like to see that you're pursuing a specific interest while in law school.
When I speak to other attorneys about this, such as partners, they're shocked because there are a lot of first-year attorneys who don't know how to do these things, and I'm a law student and I've already had experience with it.
When I tell potential employers about the transactional law program, the response I get every single time is, I wish that we had something like that when we were in law school. And the truth is, a lot of schools still don't have it. We're pretty unique in that I feel when I talk to my peers that go to other institutions, we're the ones that know how to write contracts, and we're the ones that know how to do client memos. And we all studied the same doctrines and we studied the same laws and textbooks, but we're the ones that know how to apply it. And I think that employers recognize that.
The preceding program is copyrighted by Emory University.